budget for 2009-2010.
You should all got a proposed budget I sent out to you. And also a justification sheet. I guess if you want me to go through, you just want to open up for any questions you might have with me. It was a little different this year in trying to figure out, foreseeing for this new addition, this new building. You know, I kind of looked at, okay, what your electrical costs might be in a year from now, or even, you know, a little less than a year and a half from now. So some of those things were reflected, at least in the proposal. For example, electricity, there was some increase in there. There was some increase in the heating part of it, and telephone, there was a little increase. And then the other one, I think, was a big increase, was fuel, which really doesn't have anything to do with that. That's just, you know, how fuel is going. Everything else was pretty well held the line or decreased a little bit, and then salaries obviously were the other one there. So,
not to change the subject, but maybe this isn't the time and place, but do you book fuel, or do you just buy it as you
No, we book it.
look at
you
it?
talking LP, heating fuel, or fuel motor vehicle? We book LP, we have booked fuel sometimes in the past, sometimes we haven't, so it just kind of depends. That's how we go.
Gas and diesel are probably as cheap as you can get for a while.
Yeah, and if you look at our, I don't think you have it, but just for example, on fuel, diesel, as of the end of December, which is 6 months through our budget, 91% of what was budgeted is gone because of that. For the whole year. Yeah. You know, we budgeted $8,500, we went through almost $7,700 in fuel. Now this is a slow time right now, but once we hit May, June, and July, it'll pick back up. So, and that's not unlike anybody else, but I mean, that's just, for instance, and so that was the reason that we budgeted more in the fuel. Now, the other side to that is you just don't do as much if you don't want to, you know. So, it's kind of a weird deal. It's a weird budget year.
How have we been getting our gasoline from?
Star.
Star Energy.
We get our LP through
Al's Corner.
Al's Corner.
They both contract, so.
Yeah.
So,
But you know, like Jeff,
That's a fuel.
I've got everything full of fuel, and I found a supplier that I can prepay fuel $2 cheaper than it was in September. I think that's maybe where you're headed.
Yeah, I'm just saying now might be the time to lock in the fuel for the year, because I don't think it's gonna.
Looks like it's gonna start back up.
I never got all over 91%. You know, we can't do anything about that, but it might not hurt to see if they'll do anything for us. Maybe they will.
You know, you can probably pay down a small percentage to lock in whatever you're gonna need.
Well, if we don't ask, we won't find out,
Right,
so we're going to do some inquiries.
We said the same, we had a similar discussion with secondary roads. I'm not sure where we got them, but we did bring it up with them.
okay.
Sorry about that.
Oh, that's what we're here
that's
for, we're ask questions. So if you look at, I guess, you know, without going line by line, you know, unless you want me to, the overall, at least what I submitted to you guys, and that's what we're here tonight to discuss, was about a 2% overall increase everywhere. What I did basically is for salaries, you know, and I think it said last meeting, we had a department head meeting, and the supervisors asked, what do you think? And I don't think compensation boards met.
Yes, they did.
Oh, they did, see, I didn't know that. This was out before that, so I have no idea what happened there, but I basically went off what was last year as a starting point. And, you know,
When we're starting to run budget, and people are coming in, we're visiting with them, and we're encouraging them to, on everything but salaries, as much as possible, status quo, you know, zero increase. And the salaries, we're gonna run for a couple weeks and see what try to get an idea what more people around us are doing and the state. That there's 4% in this budget. I've looked at quite a few proposals already that are coming, tomorrow, the next day, and a lot of them are, around 4%. But I think at this time it's safe to say, we're not really sure where we hope to end up. But when we do get to that point, we communicate with everyone what our, and we kind of expect everyone to adhere to that recommendation. That's Ida County's talking about a 1% increase. PD County's a 2.5% increase. And so we kind of want to be comparable to the counties around us, and we're kind of curious what some of the larger towns in the county, where they're going to come in.
It's good to hear. I guess a 2% sounds like a reasonable request, you gotta understand that the economy's
Sure.
pretty crummy, and it might be the point we're all lucky to have a job, who knows, but.
What did the compensation board come for? Is that what the record, I kind of heard?
They have a long session and different things. And the supervisor accept the face value or reduce it unilaterally.
Well,
In our county, a few years ago, our employees went without zero, which we really appreciated. It got us through a really tough period. And so we want to do as much as we can for our employees, but yet, like Jeff said, we might be headed into some pretty tough times. And you do have to keep, I think you have to keep in mind what the public's perception is of it. No, that's not. Anyway.
How much is the county's budget being impacted by what the states?
We don't really know. And Kenny, mental health, Rick's on mental health commission, very knowledgeable, and we know we're going to get cuts later. We'll max out, which we have in the last 6 years. We'll max out our mental health budget, but the short of the matter is there won't be enough funds to do some of the things like that. And public health, I think there are some of the grants that contribute to the revenue side of it, they'll be down a little bit. The big one, one thing would be, what the legislature, what they'll do with the tax credits. There's been years where they cut back on those, kind of throw that way back on the company. So we don't know. It's kind of a bad system for schools and counties. We certify March 21st. We have to almost get that to paper 2 weeks prior to that hearing. So, for all intents and purposes, we've got to have our ducks in a row by the end of February. School and the legislature, they're saying they're going to cut it 10 days short. A lot of times they don't get down to the nitty-gritty till the last night.
Pressure of the time.
So that's part of the problem, but, we've got some reserves that we've built up 4 times.
I guess, Chris, the biggest question I have on this is, and I assume that the mowers must be in pretty good shape. And
Yes.
stuff, and that was pretty good.
Yeah, we're pretty well updated on those.